collections are arguably one of the best ways to get huge bonuses on your APY earnings for Upland. But, well, collections, because of that, are also kind of hard to find. Everybody else wants really high earnings too, and boosts to their earnings because of collections. So because of that, a natural supply and demand comes into play where, well, properties that are in collections end up costing more because more people want to buy them for the APY boosts. So how do we find collection properties, right? Even if we happen to stumble across them, how do we know that it's the best price? I don't like paying top dollar if I don't have to. I would much rather pay cheaper prices. And, how do we find those? Hey there, John Henry here, SSFTG. Welcome to the video. I hope your adventures within the Upland Metaverse have been treating you well. In this one, I want to take a look at UPXLand or UPXLand. UPXLand is a website, UPXLand.me, that was developed by Icarus, and that allows you to look at the big data. Now, the cool thing about this is that you can choose your collections, and you can filter in even further on basically whatever you want. So if I'm looking at this area as an example, let me zoom out just so you can see where I'm at. We've got Nashville, right? I'm in Nashville, and you can see the majority of my properties are on the southern side of that, and there's a big reason for that. If we go into UPXLand and we go down to Nashville, what I want to find are properties that are within a collection. Now, if I go into my collections, and right now, again, I'm in Nashville, so I want to make sure that we have the right place, and let's say West Nashville is where I want to go, or even Madison. If I go in here, I don't have any properties that are from there that I can put into this collection. So how do I find them? These ones are relatively obvious because West Nashville and Madison are giant areas and they're pretty hard to miss. But are there any properties there? Are they for sale? What are the prices? All right, so let's go into the Nashville collection and we'll go down to West Nashville and we'll choose that one. From there, we want to sort by mint price. And as far as FSA is concerned, I personally can't buy FSA, so I have to look for non-FSA. The next thing that I want to do is see, are there any that haven't been purchased yet that need to be minted? So let's look at the unlocked properties that are non-FSA, specifically in this collection from Nashville. Then we can do a search. Now, the really cool thing about this is this tells me that there are 200 pages, so there are plenty. And this also tells me that if I sort by the mint price, I can see that the mint price is $24,000, and that is the lowest mint price, right? Now, that address is 810 Near Top Drive. So let's go over here, go to 810 Near Top Drive, and we'll swing into that address. Now, again, it's always good to double check the address first. Here you can see that this is an unminted property. It is gray, it's not white like we've talked about in the locked versus unlocked properties. This is a purchasable property, and sure enough, 24,165 is exactly what's here, 24,165. So you can see this lines up very, very well, and we can also see how much the earnings would be if I were to buy this property. If I put this in the collection, it would earn me 469 UPX within that collection, and if you click on the collection, it'll also tell you which ones it will fit inside. So it's an incredibly useful tool if you're trying to hunt down collections for the best price. So let's take a look at how we can use UPXLand to help us find some collection properties. So as an example, let me look at my collections here. I am in Nashville at the moment. So under my Nashville collections, we've got West Nashville, Madison, and then we start going into the purple ones. So let's do a purple one as an example, Parkwood. Let's see if there are any properties in Parkwood that we can pick up. Now, if we go into this collection, I can see that I do not have any properties that fit the bill. So let's go over into UPXLand, and this was developed by Icarus, another player in here. And if we go into the big data, that's upxland.me/big data, this is where the magic happens. This is where we can dig into every single property that's for sale in basically any scenario. So let's switch over down to Nashville. And from the collections, we'll go into Nashville and we'll go to Parkwood. That was the right one, right? Yeah, Parkwood. And that is the Parkwood collection. Now, as far as the status, I want to see, are there any unminted properties? Right? Are there any? I can't personally buy FSA, so I do have to search for non-FSA. But let's see. Let's search. There are some unlocked properties that are still in Nashville that would fit the Parkwood. But right? Pretty big caveat here. One thing that we can very easily see straight out of the gates is that the lowest minting price is 89,000. Okay, so we're not talking small numbers here. Let's see if we can go about this a different way. Let's see if anybody's selling some, right? And we know that the lowest mint price is 90,000, so if we can get lower than that, we'll be in the right ballpark. The UP squared is 414. So let's see if we can find any that are for sale from people that are, hopefully at a slightly cheaper price. Okay, here we go. So if we look at the overall view on these collections, we can see a couple things. First off, all of these are going to be good for the Parkwood collection because we use that filter. But notice one thing that's very obvious. Yes, the price. Hang on one second. The sale price. There we go. The sale price. The lowest sale price is 28,000. But remember, we've talked about this before for collections. Size is everything. Right? That's where all of the earnings come from. So would I rather spend 28,000 on a 6 UP squared, or would I rather spend the exact same amount on a 21? Right? That's a very, very obvious choice. So the obvious choice then would be the 21. Now, if we expand this a little bit further out to like 50, let's see if there are any larger ones. This one is a 55.63 for 31. So you can see, don't just do the first page. Go a little bit further. Do some research. You can find some pretty good deals. No, you're not going to be buying them at mint prices, right? People have already bought all of them. There are no more to mint. So you're going to have to purchase from somebody else in this case, and there might be a little bit of an upcharge with that. The markup is what's going to give you a pretty big heads up on what the best prices are in terms of percentage. This top one here has a 63 UP squared at a sale price of 31,000. It was minted for 13. That is only a 227% markup. Compared to the rest that go all the way up into 1.6 million, well, obviously that's not too terrible. And considering that it's a heck of a lot better than 90,000 UPX to mint them, I know that I've got something to work with that might come to an advantage. Right? Now, remember, again, size, and there are a lot of things that go into this, but that is one of the easiest ways to find collections. Now let's take a look at a more aggressive one. Rutherford is an example. Under this collection, the Park Avenue collection, these are all legendaries. There's no other one. So if we go and search this, I am obviously not going to be able to find any unlocked properties. There are none because they've all been minted. So if I go to for sale in UPX, the sale price at the moment, as far as the markup, right, is a 450,000, right? The lowest price is 355,000. We're talking absurd numbers when we're talking these bigger areas. And that's why these collections can be so huge, because the value of them is absolutely nuts. But even more beyond that, when you do want to go for a collection, how do you know you're getting the good deal, right? That's where you can search this tool here, and it will tell you exactly how good of a deal that you're getting. Very, very useful, and something that I would 100% recommend everybody uses if you do Upland at all. So that's going to do it for this one. Upland is an amazing Metaverse property-based NFT game, and if you're interested in trying it out, make sure to check out the referral link down in the description. It gets you in the game and starts you off with some UPX so you can play for free without anything out of pocket. And if you do decide to invest and you want to go in a little bit heavier, you also gain the bonus because you click the link, so it's a no-lose situation. If you're interested in learning how to day trade for a living so you can ditch the JOB, the dreaded job, and allow you to hang out at home playing NFT games all day for income, then you can join me and the other VIPs, and you can check out a 1-week free trial on the VIP live trade room. You can register for that on the main page of SSFTG, and when you do, you also get the free 24-page guide on risk reward, and that's available to everyone who joins the trial. So if you have any questions, we do go live every single day on YouTube, every trading day at least at 1300 Eastern, most every trading day. Let me back up a little bit on that. So stop in with me and the rest of the afternoon crew and hang out. We will be looking for NASDAQ scalps, S&P scalps, taking a look at some Upland stuff, all kinds of things. So hang out with us at 1300 Eastern on YouTube every trading day, and you can also get your questions taken care of there. That's going to do it, though. Have an awesome day. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a fantastic time in Upland finding and hunting those collections out. See if you can grab some good deals. But that'll do it. Enjoy, rest up, and we'll see you in the next. Thanks.